right, folks, it's tournament day. So I ain't gonna say a whole lot. I was gonna get at it. We didn't feel like the rivers were going to be a viable alternative today, mainly because of the generation schedules and all the rain. So we've headed on out to the lake, got our typical loadout. We're just going to get going. We need to get 3 on the board quickly if possible. Clyde's heading straight across. He's going to fish that bank over there. I'm going to work my way down through here. This bank gets a lot of pressure, but there can still be some good fish up in here. Then I'm going to head over and start at that corner, fish the points around, and then there's a big flat over there that we're hoping is going to be fairly empty. It's pretty shallow. There was a bass boat tournament that launched out of here. People were lined up. We was about 4th in line to launch, but we've got it sorted down to a science. So it was a gamble. This time it didn't pay off. I don't know if Clyde managed anything over there. And Mr. Great Blue Heron, you might have better luck than I have. You're probably a better fisherman than I am. There we go. He'll score. He ain't a monster, but he'll score. Get in there. He ain't too bad. Sorry, buddy, I got here first. All right, yep, got away from me. Really, buddy? There he is. All right, I'm about to rinse out from underneath my seat. Fish number 1, 15 inches. Sending him back. 2 more and then I need to start culling. I figure I'm gonna need at least 1 or 2 in the 18 to 20 inch range. It's all said and done. We got some more shallow rocks and overhangs over here. Last week I pulled a decent one out from those trees over there on the wacky rig. So I'll bring it up, have it ready to go. On this more open water, I'll be tossing the buzzbait again. You can see it shallows up pretty quick. Went from 16 feet to 4 feet, and it's continuing to come up. Yes. Oh, no, 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 no. Crappie. There you go. Dull hook. That's my fault. All right. Hook has been sharpened. Should have known better coming through all these rocks, and when we were pre-fishing last week I got snagged enough times that I should have known that the hook was dulled. I just didn't think. I'm gonna switch it over to the white one, and if that doesn't produce, we're gonna switch it on over to spinnerbait. There we go. I'll be doggone.
There's a fish. I don't know if he's scoreable or not, but finally got something. He might be short. Yep, 11.5 inches. But we finally got ourselves a fish. Fishing on the frog, as close to cover as I can get.
He's going to be 15 1/4. All right, 15.25. Bad thing is, that would have been my 4th fish. Away he goes. That's the slime. This isn't supposed to be happening.
What?
This isn't supposed to be happening.
No, I checked the maps, but it's forming north, right above the river.
Yeah, it's getting really black back in there. The question is, which direction is it going to go?
It's forming over there and moving this way.
Oh, this is great. So it's going to come right over the top of us. Lightning in your area.
Yeah, apparently.
No precipitation for the next 120 minutes, though. Explain that. Whoa! Did you see that? That was a huge bolt of lightning. Yeah, that's looking pretty bad back in there. What are we gonna do, go back in and sit until it sort of passes, or what? Where are we going to move? The cloud cover shows it's covering everything. All right, well, we lost a little bit over an hour to thunderstorms. It got really bad. A lot of wind, a lot of lightning. We waited it out, and we're back out, and we've got about 3 hours left to fish. It's unfortunate. I hooked 6. I only landed 2, so I'm a little mad with myself about that. I should have a limit at this point, but I've lost more fish than I've landed. Water temperature has dropped about 3.5, 4 degrees from the rain. Oh, yes. That's a nice fish, but I don't know that it's a bass. That's weird. A drum. Doggone it. Thought I had me a... All right, big old drum, does me no good on the tournament. Go on. Drama queen.
Oh, he's got only one hook in. Really slow. That's small now.
There we go. Doggone it. You ain't gonna score.
All right, everybody. Thank you so much for sticking to the end of the video. We hope you enjoyed it. Now, the day didn't go quite as we had hoped. It started out kind of promising with a lot of hits on topwater, a lot of hits on chatterbait, but that storm that moved through, some really bad thunder and lightning, and then it started raining really heavy with some heavy winds. We lost about 2 hours of fishing, and then after that, the fish just didn't bite. We were able to get a few hits, but in the end, we just couldn't find a pattern. And we tried everything, tried fishing finesse, tried boat docks, and we just couldn't get a bite. So that storm kind of messed us up, but we also kind of had an issue. We've started to notice a pattern when we fish Iddish Creek, is if there's a lot of boat activity, the fish just kind of disappear. And we think that's because over the last 4 to 5 years, Ish Creek has become a place for partying and big party boats. So it's not uncommon, especially on the weekends when the weather's really nice in the summer, to see several dozen pontoon boats, cabin cruisers, small yachts, jet skis, wake boats, and it just gets packed. And once that happens, the fishing just dies. And we think that with all of that activity on the weekends, especially this late into the year, going from summer to fall, when they've had to experience this pretty much every weekend for several months, the fish get really conditioned that as soon as they start hearing a ton of boat traffic, that they just stop biting until later into the evening or early the next morning. And as my dad stated early in the video, we had a bass boat tournament launch out of the same boat launch, and all of a sudden we just had a terrible day on the water. So I can't prove that, but I think that's the case, and this wouldn't be the first time it's happened. We've got our next videos are going to be over the Cast State Championship that we fished, or that I fished, and we had something similar happen over that tournament. So, but we'll see that later on. But in the end, the day didn't end up happening like we had hoped. Out of 19 anglers, my dad finished in 15th. He managed to catch those two scorables, a 15 and a quarter and a 15 for a total of 30 and a quarter. Unfortunately, I did not catch a single scoreable fish, so I finished 19th out of 19. So I think that's my worst placement in a tournament this year, but not really much we could do. We wanted to be on the rivers, but going into fall, the amount of time that the rivers are fishable for us is not very common. They start generating heavy on the dams, bringing those lakes, Cherokee and Douglas, down. And anytime there is fishable water, it's kind of far between those times. But in the end, we did catch fish, so it wasn't the worst day out on the water, but we wish we could have placed a little bit better. All right, so for future videos, our next ones you're going to see are going to be covering the Cast State Championship. That was a 2-day tournament that I qualified for, squeezed in the last available position for TNKATT, and the next 3 videos should be practicing for that, and then day 1 and day 2 of the tournament. Those ended up being very good days. We've already fished it, It was a really good experience. It was a really good event, and really looking forward to sharing that with y'all. After that, TNKATT doesn't start back up till about a month after that, but we have made some trips on the river, and we had some trips to Gunnersville that had some really good footage. We caught some really good fish out on Alabama, so we're looking forward to sharing that with you as well. So I think that's about it. Expect to see the Cass State Championship over the next few videos. Hope y'all have a fantastic weekend, and we will see you in the next one.